Hey, it's me, Zarnov, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition Legendary Difficulty Survival Mode playthrough. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm doing pretty good myself, pretty good indeed. We have just returned from the Soul Cairn. If you missed the last episode, we returned from the Soul Cairn after beating or slaying Durnavir. We summoned him 3 times and we learnt all 3 words of the Soul Tear Shout. What we are going to be getting on with now is we're going to put this on the back burner because it wants us to bring the Elder Scrolls to Dexion so he can read them again for us, I would assume. But what we want to do first is a little bit of character empowerment, character management, character level upsies. So I'm pretty sure we have leveled a couple times, or at least leveled at least once, so that we can pay for more levels. Now what I want to do with that is get our guy to the heavy armor trainer in the companions. Now I believe that is Farkas, because what we are trying to do with this character right now is level up his other skills, being one-handed and heavy armor. One-handed is pretty much almost at max. I'm so surprised how quickly that got all the way up to 100, and we're just casually inside a rock. Skyrim do what Skyrim does. And the other thing that we want to work on is our heavy armor skill as well, because if we get some points into heavy armor, we will just, our armor rating will go up. Basically, our ability to use heavy armor for our defense in Skyrim's mind will go up if our heavy armor skill goes up, and we might even put a couple perks in there as well. It'll just all kind of work towards making us much stronger. It all adds up. We have a little bit of a journey in front of us because I want to get us to the stables in Solitude so that we can catch a carriage to Whiterun and get this companion thing happening, and so we can pay for levels and just kind of assist good old Thor. What level are we in heavy armor? I feel like we leveled it pretty well in the Soul Cairn there. So heavy armor, 53, pretty good. We have 1 perk point to increase, and one-handed is at 89. We're basically almost considered masters at one-handed. So the next thing from there will be two-handed, and then from there possibly even archery or something like that. Now I don't want to do the typical thing where it's like you have this build, you progress like this, and then all of a sudden you become a stealth archer. To be honest, that's never actually happened to me. Just being 100% honest, I don't think I've ever even done a, thief type pure build in my life. I usually always just go between, warrior and mage. And I've probably done myself a disservice, to be honest, because I've never actually experienced what it is to just be completely sneak and completely level things like your one-handed sneak attacks with daggers, or your sneak attacks with bows and arrows, or the whole pickpocketing and all that. I've never actually purely just gone through in a thief primary playthrough. It's always, those are usually skills I tend to kind of just, I don't know, have on the side. If I need to pickpocket someone, I might get my pickpocketing up, but it's not a major thing I do. Or if I need a lockpick, I to be honest, I never put any perks in lockpicking. So yeah, that just kind of goes up organically by playing Skyrim, because you always have to lockpick stuff. And then sneaking, I mean, every so often if I want to hear dialogue, I'll be in sneak, but then I'll usually rush in and do my mage stuff or do my warrior stuff. And then also archery, to be honest, I don't think I've ever actually done an archery character, really. I've gotten archery to 100 before, but just for the purposes of, rounding out a character and leveling the character, but never actually I've never picked up a bow at the start of the game and been okay, my guy's going to be a stealth archer or an archer or whatever. I've never actually done it, and I kind of feel like I've done myself a disservice. So that could be something that we focus on for a next playthrough. I might actually force myself to do a playstyle that I've never actually done, just so I can experience it. I don't know if that will be necessarily old to you guys, because I'm not sure how many other playthroughs are out there where they just do stealth, pure stealth playthroughs. I know they exist, obviously. I mean, I've watched some playthroughs. I'm just unsure of how many are out there compared to the other playthrough types that you can do as well. But I think for me, just for myself, it might be something that that I do, because I've never actually experienced it, as I said. And I feel like it could be really, really fun. One of those is Gregory, like the third or something. I've completely lost track of the Gregories. So we've got the Gregories, we've got Glade, which is a really cool name, and we've also got... I might need to get that perk in Heavy Armor where it doesn't affect movement speed or stamina, because this, when it comes to being hungry and then being a vampire so it doesn't regenerate and then wearing Heavy Armor, just how quickly it goes, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all. But yeah, in terms of horses, we've got the Gregories, we've got the Glade, we've got Nightmare, and now we have added to our summoning arsenal Arvak. Whether or not I'll use Arvak, I don't know, because I really do enjoy using Nightmare, and he kind of fits, obviously, with his natural, design. He really fits with this Daedric set of armor. But, oh goodness, that stamina. It's going to be the death of me. Come on. And a sprint. And that is just pathetic. Yeah, I'm gonna get some food going. That is, I can't allow myself to continue doing that. Let's go bang bang. We're actually running out of food. Let's go one more bang. Actually no, 2 more bangs, because then we should be well fed. You feel better now, satisfied? Where's the well fed, hey? We are 100% well fed. We should be well fed. We should be well fed. I'm complaining now. I'm upset. I was expecting to see a well fed update up there. I don't like it when Thoran Verolta's not well fed, because then he gets peckish within like 30 seconds. Okay, let's find... I'm pretty sure Vilcus is two-handed and Farkas is heavy armor. It could be the other way around though, to be honest. But I'm pretty sure that's the dynamic. Okay, let's see if they're out in the courtyard. Yes, no, maybe yes.
Some people don't think I'm smart. Those people get my fist. But you, I like.
I'm very glad, Farkas. Can you train me to better use heavy armor?
I'll show you what I can about protecting yourself.
Thank you, Farkas. And are you a master? You are a master. And we have 5 levels plus a level up, so we can do this twice. Heck yeah, man. Let's go. Bang, 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 bang. Thank you.
Until next time.
Until next time. Now, he's got 8,500 gold, 8% to steal, 0% to steal, sorry. What we could do, when I start rounding out this character a bit more, once we get our heavy armor up, do I want to do that? Do I want to put myself through... It won't be as bad, actually, because we've already got the things in place. But I was like, do I want to get a light armor set as well and then do light armor? I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But yeah, we might have to, just in terms of rounding out this character, we really could... We can sleep in any of these beds, right? We really could... go full... Let's go 24 hours, actually. We really could go full into light armor and then create like a set of light armor that's purely... that helps the sneak attributes, like pickpocketing and lock... I wouldn't actually invest anything in the lockpicking. I wouldn't put any enchantments in for lockpicking. But for pickpocketing, I mean, that could be pretty good, because we could get some pretty good pickpocket enchantments, I think, and have like a really insanely low pickpocket, but be able to pickpocket really valuable things. We're going to go health, because our magicka is insane. We don't really need to worry about that anymore. And we're going to go back out to Farkas and train another 5 levels of heavy armor. And we've got 2 perk points under our belt to use now. He can't train us anymore in one-handed. We're actually better than him in one-handed now, I'm pretty sure, because he's only an expert level trainer. What is it in everyone wanting to be in poor old Thoran Verolt's way? I am so... This is like a perfect unrelenting force moment, just to be like, get out of the way, and get them to move. Come on. No, you be careful. You get out of the way. Why are you so rude? Why are you in everybody's way? Stop it. Stop it now. I don't appreciate it.
Says that I have the strength of Ysgramor, and my brother has his smarts.
Wow, very interesting.
Some people don't think I'm smart.
Those people get your fists, right? But you, or me, you like. Yeah, right. Okay, I confused myself there trying to copy that dialogue. Can you train me better to use heavy armor?
I'll show you what I can about protecting yourself.
Thanking you, and another whop, 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 whop. And our gold was actually the lowest it's been in I don't even know how many episodes, but it is low. It is really, really low. lucky for me, I have literally hundreds of that fortify carry weight potion back at the plantation. That's the word I'm looking for. The plantation. I've hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fortify carry weight potions. A man approaches with his weapon drawn. Yes, a tiny little dagger scares you. I suppose I am pretty confronting with my Daedric armor and whatnot. Let's... Oh gosh, this stamina is killing me. This stamina is killing me. We're going to be going back to... what's our level looking like, actually? So we're pretty close to another level up. We're going to be going back to Dexion to do that whole thing. Get him to read those Elder Scrolls for us. You know, have a good time, have a little party. In Castle Volkihar. Probably inform Lord Harkon of the good news, or not inform him. We'll have to see. But yeah, we'll be heading back to Castle Volkihar and continuing on the quest. I just wanted to... I know it takes a while because it's survival mode and whatnot, and I know it's a little bit out of the way again because it's survival mode. I can't just blip over there and then blip back and whatnot. But I feel like it's really important, especially at this level.
Need a ride?
I'd like to hire your carriage.
Where do you want to go?
To Solitude, good sir. I think it's really, really important to make sure that, like, between every time you level up, you actually do purchase 5 levels in something. Like, it's extremely valuable to do that. I probably should have been trying to prioritize and been doing that earlier. And I kind of wasn't, and I kind of regret it now just a wee bit because it's becoming harder and harder and harder to level up, obviously. That's how Skyrim works. But, yeah, gonna try and make sure we get that for every single level now, regardless of how out of the way it is, because it's just too valuable, especially when you've got money to burn, like good old Thorin Veralt does, when you've been made an in-game millionaire through the power of alchemy. It's just a bad idea to not use that system where you can just buy levels in certain skills, especially if they are lacking. Like right now at level 60 something with all of our enemies around us, we are very, very, very weak because we haven't been using heavy armor and some more dragon cultists. Okay, let's kill them because we haven't been using heavy armor and one-handed the whole game. So in actual fact, compared to everyone that we actually come up against, it's extremely weak. Oh, dang it! I pressed it again. I got rid of my dagger. Yeah, it's extremely weak, which means it's kind of, you know, important and integral to really try and use other people to help level it quickly, or as quick as possible. And this is going really good, to be honest. Like, our leveling in one-handed, our leveling in heavy armor, both really, really good. I think it'll only be like a couple more episodes before we have to look at leveling two-handed, to be honest. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, I feel like one-handed will be at 100 or pretty much close to 100 real quick. But one-handed isn't something that we will be putting perks into because it's not something that will be like a long-term-ish kind of thing like heavy armor is. Like heavy armor, I'm intending on basically just having a huge armor rating and then have the enchantments on top. Whereas one-handed will be like, okay, once we get that to 100, that's good to go. We can just leave that. We'll move straight onto two-handed. And like the one-handed and two-handed trees could be something we potentially look at legendarying as well and doing again. Just because, like, you know, we need the levels and we need to find things to level, and I don't want it to just be a continuous illusion loop where, okay, legendary illusion, muffle, 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 and then legendary illusion and muffle, 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 muffle. You know, I don't really want to do that. And same with alteration. I don't want it to be a case of like just spamming like legendarying alteration and then just continuously spamming flesh spells in combat, or like doing like detect life for hectic amounts of time in Whiterun and whatnot. I prefer to not like absolutely abuse the legendary system, like use it once or twice, but after that I prefer to not abuse it a whole bunch, because then it starts to just, I don't know. I would rather just for me it's more fun to just start using the skills that you don't actually, or you haven't been using for that character. And obviously that's hard in legendary difficulty, but that's where you use the base skills that you have been using the whole time to kind of supplement or aid. So like you'll notice when things start getting a bit too hard, I just immediately fall back on the two Dremora Lords and destruction spells. And even when things aren't super hard, I'll still whip out the Dremora Lords to like sponge stuff for me while I'm, you know, focusing on leveling the one-handed and the heavy armor. For me, that's just a funner way to get levels instead of the whole muffle, legendary, muffle, legendary, muffle, legendary, or even like alchemy, legendary, and alteration, legendary, you know what I mean? It's just a better way to play the game, and it just stops it from getting dry, and obviously it changes the character, which is like, it's so much fun. Like, it's for me, it's so much fun to have been playing like a pure mage this whole time, and then just all of a sudden swap it up and start playing more like a battle mage / warrior build, but we're still aided by the mage things that we did earlier for this character. Like, it's just so much fun for me. And it would be like same vice versa as well. Like, if you started off with like a pure warrior build, you could then like start using magic to supplement that character as well. Whether it be like, oh, okay, you've already got a full heavy set of armor and stuff, but if you want to start leveling alteration, just cast a flesh spell and just start giving yourself a few levels in alteration before you run into battle. Or you might also, before you run in with your one-handed, you'll conjure a flame atronach or conjure a familiar, and then you run in and whatnot. It's just like it's just a funner way to level the character, if you know what I'm saying. And I know, like, I know definitely a lot of my audience probably knows how Skyrim works, is probably familiar with the intricacies and whatnot, but this is just as much a thing for if there's anybody new that's watching this episode of Skyrim or isn't particularly in depth with Skyrim. Like, it's for you guys, even though that's a very low likelihood, I would say, at this point. The game's been out and re-released that many times, but if you are there, it's for you. And it's also just to kind of explain how I like to play the game myself, like how I like to level my character, how like I might major in something for most of the game, but then like towards the end of the character's levels, it's better or more fun to just start like rounding them out with everything else, you know? In any case, we have just made it back to Castle Volkihar. Serana is with us, and I'm guessing we're going to be going down there to that quest marker, whoever that is on. I believe it will be Dexion. But before then, we are going to be picking up these bad boys. Potion of Blood, and Potion of Blood, because if you guys were not aware of the effects that Potions of Blood have on vampires, it is really, 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 really good. Now I just got to find it. There it is, Potion of Blood. So equivalent to feeding on human blood for vampires. Vampires heal 80 points of health, and vampires restore 380 points of hunger. So good for survival mode, and good just in general, and it's the equivalent to feeding, so our hunger and our vampire level will actually go all the way back down to where it was, because it counts as us feeding on a human. So yes, there you go, your vampiric powers recede as you feed. So now we will no longer have such a hectic weakness to fire, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just back to 20%, whereas I'm sure once you get maximum powers from being a vampire, that goes all the way up to like 60 or 80%, something crazy like that. Something that really makes fire just not your friend at all. But what we're going to be doing, I probably should have saved that potion, but it's all good. We're going to have a quick little sleep, because we're tired vampires, of course. We're going to sleep. I got to stop going into the habit of waiting and sleeping until it's like daytime, because daytime is obviously not our friend. Even though it's much more scenic and you can see everything, we just can't do it as vampires anymore. It's just not our friend at all. So it's now 4:20 p.m. Yeah, by the time we're back out of here, it should be getting dark for us. Hopefully I timed that somewhat well. I believe I did. Okay, whatever you say. Human flesh. Like, it seems like these guys are eating it, but if I eat it, will it restore my hunger, or am I going to get food poisoning? I feel like I'd just get food poisoning. Okay, let's have another couple of those potions. Bam, bam. Might as well use them. Get our hunger all the way up, because they are, you know, they're free in Castle Volkihar. And we'll have a salmon steak as well. And here is Dexion. Oh my goodness, so much talking before we even get to you. Dexion Evicus.
Yes. How may I serve you, my lord?
Let's say, what do you know about the Elder Scrolls?
Not as much as I would like. Even after spending decades of my life in study of the Elder Scrolls, they remain a great mystery to me. It's true for most of my brothers in the Order as well, We don't really know where the scrolls came from or who wrote them. What we do know is that some are born with the special gift to read the Elder Scrolls. These chosen few can divine events of the past and future within the scrolls, though in time it drives us to blindness. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell. Even today, the Elder Scrolls remain a great enigma.
Indeed they do. The Elder Scrolls are super duper interesting. I absolutely love... Oh, I've just had this overwhelming sensation of just how much I love the Elder Scrolls and the lore behind it. And oh my goodness, it's just amazing. In any case, what do moth priests do exactly?
It is our sacred duty to study the Elder Scrolls. We read these ancient scrolls of prophecy in order to divine the future, and we use that knowledge to aid the Emperor. Sometimes we venture out into the world in search of more scrolls for our library at the White Gold Tower. That is the very purpose that first brought me to Skyrim.
The White Gold Tower?
It is the great spire at the heart of the Imperial City, among the tallest towers in all of Tamriel. The lower floors are home to the Imperial Council, and the Order of Moth Priests occupies the middle floors.
Sorry,
The
Serana.
tower suffered damage
Sorry, I was in your
a
way.
recent war with the Aldmeri Dominion, and is not what it once was. I hope one day to see it restored to its former glory.
Very good. I've brought the Elder Scrolls.
I'm afraid I won't be able to help you with the scrolls any longer, my lord.
Yeah, you seem to have something going on with your
Please,
eyes there.
Do not be angry with me.
I'm not angry, Dexion. I'm not angry. You've done your best. What are you talking about?
I'm afraid in my haste to read the first scroll, I neglected the time I needed to prepare. The failure is purely mine to bear. As you can see from my bandages, it's not that I am unwilling, it's that I am physically unable.
You're blind?
Oh, please, my lord. Please, forgive me.
You misunderstand. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm upset for you, Dexion Avicius, or however you pronounce your name. I don't suppose there's a cure.
If only such a miracle existed, I'd overcome the impossible in order to secure it, if it meant pleasing you.
Getting a little bit flirty there, Dexion. Getting a little bit... you might be stepping over the boundaries of friendship there. just don't be using words and language like pleasing you anymore, please. You know, we're just friends. I have a great amount of respect for you. Then we have no further need of you.
Although I would gladly die by your hand, perhaps I could offer
That's
an
not on the cards,
alternative way
Dexion,
to
don't
read the
worry.
scrolls.
Go on.
Oh, thank you, my lord. Thank you.
Just get to it.
Scattered across Tamriel are secluded locations known only as Ancestor Glades. There's one in Skyrim in the Pine Forest. Performing the ritual of the Ancestor Moth within the glade should provide the answers you seek.
Explain this ritual.
It involves carefully removing the bark from a canticle tree, which will in turn attract ancestor moths to you. Once enough of the moths are following, they'll provide you with the second sight needed to decipher the scrolls.
Carefully gather the bark. How?
In keeping with tradition, you must use a specific tool in the Ancestor Glade, an implement known as a draw knife. Every moth priest is taught this ritual, but few ever get the chance to perform it. You should consider yourself fortunate if it works for you.
Do I need to read the scrolls in any particular order?
From what I saw in the vision, the Elder Scroll which foreshadows the defiance of the gods with the blood of mortals is the key to the prophecy.
Elder Scroll Sun added. So now we are carrying all three Elder Scrolls. Thoran Veralt is not a man to be messed with. He is He is quite literally carrying the bones of all Mundus in his back pocket. Is it normal for moth priests to go blind?
Sadly, yes. It is the inevitable fate we agree to pursue when reading the Elder Scrolls. It generally does not occur until a moth priest is in his latter years, but in my case, I simply was not preparing myself properly.
What went wrong?
Deciphering one of the Elder Scrolls is nothing like reading a simple book. there is quite a bit of ritual and concentration required. It can take months or even years to complete a single scroll, and even then, months to recover.
How's a moth related to the Elder Scrolls?
Well, as I'm sure you figured out by now, it's no mere coincidence that we're named Moth Priests. The voice of the ancestor moth has always been an integral part of reading the Elder Scrolls.
Moths barely make a sound, let alone speak.
Oh, the moths don't literally read the scrolls, but they maintain a connection to ancient magic that allows the moth priests to decipher them. If you listen closely when you find the glade, you should be able to hear their song, a soft, harmonious trilling. It's through this ancestral chorus that the moths tap into a form of primal augur and become a conduit for deciphering the scrolls.
How does that help the moth priest?
By having the ancestor moths close to the moth priest, they can utilize the conduit and share the moth's augury. Only the most resilient of priests can do it this way. It takes years of practice to interpret the harmony.
Then how do I even stand a chance?
You've come this far, and you've found several Elder Scrolls. Whether you believe it or not, the scrolls have a mind of their own. If they did not want you to find them, they would not allow it. Because of this, I strongly believe you were meant to hear the ancestral chorus. Only one way to find out.
Well, there we go. Thank you very much for the dialogue, Dexion.
Fortune smile upon you, my lord.
And you,
How
my
much ancestor
servant
blade
friend,
soon?
Serana.
Now,
Does it bother you that we're working with your father?
I figured it would be more of an issue for you.
Why would it matter more to me?
Don't tell me you're that naive.
Hey,
Really? Oh, wow. All right, well, what do you think my father's going to do once we bring the bow to him?
reward me and say I'm the son he never had? He'll want to use it.
Of course he will. But at that point, he'll have everything he's ever wanted. He won't need either of us anymore.
Ooh. I've proven my value to him, but I feel like you're gonna say exactly, you're dangerous. Let's have a look-see.
No, you've proven your strength.
Ah, yeah, there we go.
This just makes you a more dangerous rival.
Yep, thought so. So what do we do?
I think you know.
Ooh.
We both know what's going to have to happen once we find the bow.
Ooh.
Keep strong and eyes open. We're on a different path now.
Ooh. You're very, very strong, Serana. You're very, very strong. To see what you must do, regardless of how you feel about it, to be able to put your feelings aside. I doubt I would be able to do the same thing, to be honest. That is a special kind of strength. Now, I want to see... Okay, what happens if we speak to you? Because you're terrible.
You'll be a welcome addition to the court, I'm sure.
You're not even looking at
If
me as
I
you
may,
speak to me.
let me offer you a piece of advice. Be careful who you trust. Not all of us have the court's best interests at heart. Orthiolf, for example. He'll tell you he means well, but believe me, he can't be trusted at all. Keep that in mind, will you?
You're not even looking at me, and you literally sent somebody to kill me, I'm pretty sure. I wish there was, like, dialogue that we could put in and be like, hey, like, I know you sent someone to kill me when I collected the blood chalice. Like, I know what you're doing. I know you're terrible. And then, like, I don't even know, be able to brawl with them or something. Just do something to them. Why can't Orthiolf be trusted?
He claims to serve loyally, but he really covets the throne.
Really?
He sees himself in charge someday.
Hmm.
His ambition will justify any actions. Put your faith in him, and you will regret it, I promise you.
Yeah, somebody else is also fits that description, I would say. What can I do to help? I don't think I've done this before.
Speak with Garin Merethi. He has something for you.
Oh, there we go. Speak with Garin Merethi for an assignment.
Until next time.
I don't think I've actually ever bothered doing that kind of stuff. Now let's go speak to Orthiolf, and then I want to speak to Lord Harkon to see what they have to say.
Good
Orthiolf.
to see a new face here, especially one that isn't attached to an elf.
I'm a
Between
Breton,
you and me,
kinda close.
There's too many of them. Can't trust a lot of them. Never could. Want my advice? Avoid getting wrapped up in Vingalma's schemes. He's after the throne, and he'll kill anyone that gets in his way.
He said something pretty similar to about you, actually. You don't trust Vingalma?
Of course not. He's an elf, isn't he?
Again, I'm
Cozy
halfway
up to
there.
you, uses honey's words to get you to lower your guard, to use you and throw you away when he's done with you. You watch yourself around him.
I wonder what he says if I am an Ultima or a Dumma or a
next time.
Bosma. Until next time, my unpleasant friend. You and Vingalma are both terrible. I actually want to spend this episode actually talking to some of these people, so if you're a
You
bloodmouth,
bloody. Let's get something very clear. I don't care about politics. You want to fight over the throne with the rest of them, go right ahead. I feed when I'm hungry, I sleep when I'm tired, and I kill whenever I'm in the mood. Those are the things that are important to me.
Ooh, handy to know that you have that. How do you serve Lord Harkon?
Simple. He says kill, I kill. Sometimes he doesn't even have to say it.
So evil. So evil, I'm sure.
Let's see what level trainer you are. I need training for
I
two-handed
can
weapons.
crush skulls with the best of them. Let me show you a few things.
But you're practicing with a one-handed, and you're a master. Ooh, boy, I'm glad I found you.
Enjoy
Gonna
your
have to
honey.
keep you in mind. Fura Bloodmouth for two-handed when I start that up. And
If
you,
need
Hessler?
anything, say the word. I can still forge a decent blade.
Very
Can you
good.
feel it? You're now so much more than you were before.
Yes.
Time was I could barely hold my own in the companions. Now I could slaughter them all without a second thought. And I'm not half the vampire Lord Harkon is. Truth is, I'm better with a forge than I am with claws or fangs.
You were in the companions?
I was. Didn't progress very far. Never did care for their attitude. Acting like they're better than everyone else. But none of that matters now.
I mean, that is kind of what vampires do too. Okay, I mean, maybe you're just a little bit more oblivious to it here, I guess. What have you got for sale?
I keep the forge running day and night, in case Lord Harkon needs anything.
Well, that's handy. And you've got 1,106 gold. We might take this time to sell you a bunch of garbage. Arvik's skull, weight 4, value 0. If I get rid of this, can I still summon Arvak, or do I just need to keep that on me the whole time? I hope not. Do I have 17 filled black soul gems? Oh my goodness, I can enchant whatever I want. Diamond, yeah, get rid of that. Flawless amethyst, get rid of those. Flawless garnet, get rid of those. Garnet, get rid of that. Let's get rid of all this leather. I don't know why I'm carrying that. I think it's for when I forge the leather armor. I just don't think I got rid of it. I'll keep the leather strips because they don't weigh really anything, and I guess we might need them. Get rid of that. Soul gem fragment. Wow, that's actually worth a bit for weighing 0.1. I wish we collected more of those while we're at the back of the castle. Ingredients. Do I want to get rid of anything? No, not really. Food, no. I could do with more food, actually. Blacksmith's elixir. Here we go. Enchanter's elixir. For 60 seconds, items enchanted are 25% stronger. Is my potion better than that? Do I... 15, 27... Okay. So my potions are better than the Enchanter's elixir. Okay. That's good. That's really, really good. Okay, I thought we really missed out there. Guess not. That's very good. I love that. For 25% resist magic for 60 seconds, interrupts the soul drain effect in the soul can. Yeah, not very useful anymore. Apparel, anything we want to sell. Leather helmet of archery. I think I'm going to see if I need to disenchant that. And dragonbone mace, dwarven arrow, marine's razor. Yeah, you can take that. Yeah, you can just have it. There you go. Cool, cool,
Till
cool.
next time.
Until next time. Can I just take... I can just take these? Oakley dokley. We won't take it, but I'm going to keep in mind for when I do want two-handed stuff that I can just come here and get a freaking ebony battle axe. Very, very cool. Is there an enchanting table in here somewhere, perchance? I feel like I've seen an enchanter's table in here. I think it's over this way. Yes, indeed, it's over here. I'm pretty sure. Pretty positive. There it is, up there. There we go. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. Let's just see what's in here. I wonder if this counts as stealing, actually. Will it? Will it? No, it does not. But there's nothing there. That's good. Elven Dagger of Binding. We'll take that just in case we can disenchant it. I don't think we can. And if not, we'll just sell it. It's all good. And nothing to disenchant. Very nice. Loves it. Ooh, that's a black soul gem, isn't it? Yes, I'm going to take that just because I can. And it's a master lock, so we'll get some levels while we're doing this as well. This is definitely a bit more of a chilled episode. There's nothing hectic happening. We're just like getting a lot of dialogue, a lot of story, which I absolutely love, by the way. Like, I just get these little rushes whenever I hear lore of the Elder Scrolls. And like, there's these posts on Reddit that I've found. Wow, this master lock is really giving me some trouble, huh? There's these posts on Reddit that I've found which try to explain the Elder Scrolls and try to explain how, like, the moths... Wow, and then I just got it in one. And how the moths kind of tie into the explanation of... Can we just search this guy? Yeah. Take the known route. How the moth priests tie, or the moths tie into why you need moths to read the Elder Scrolls, because moths are insects, and moths' like perception of reality is that different to ours that you would just say it's alien and whatnot. I don't know. I'm doing it a huge injustice by trying to explain it, but it's just really, really cool. Now let's see what Lord Harkon says. Ah, dang. What if is there anything? There are some things I want to ask you about.
Earned my trust, so I will share what I can.
Nothing there, and I guess I thought for sure there'd be some kind of dialogue that we could have with him, but I guess the whole thing is that we're trying to keep, or kind of keeping this from. Let's talk to Gara Morethe and see what he has for us.
Petty squabbles here. I have lived for far too long to be bothered with them.
Wow, aren't you just?
I saw more than
I
enough
guess
political maneuvering in
great.
my time in
You're
House
such a great
Press.
guy.
I was tired of it then, and I'm tired of it now.
What can I do to help?
A cadre of lesser beasts has become a nuisance, taking too bold an approach to their feeding. The herd is becoming distressed, which makes it more difficult for us to slip in and out undetected. It is time to cull the weak. Ancestors guide you.
I understand. What is back here? Have I been back here in the castle before? Just somebody else's room, I'm guessing. Lord Harkon's room, maybe? Nah, the other room is Lord Harkon's room. I wonder whose room this is. Whoever's it is, they've got some good stuff here. Oh, I was so hoping that was like an enchanter's elixir for no other reason than just the name, because it's something we've been looking for so long, and I just wanted to laugh and know that I can make better potions now. Okay, well, you don't need to explain to me why you've never understood something, because, you know, I'm not particularly bothered, to be honest. Oakley dokley. Well, that is going to have to do it for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, a bit more of a chilled episode. Kind of was just getting dialogue. Kind of was, you know, just getting a bit of story and stuff. If you enjoyed this, if you enjoyed the episode and you are enjoying this series, please like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and leave any comments below, any recommendations, or just stop by to say g'day, because I promise I'll respond to every single one of you, because I absolutely love the interactions. I'm absolutely loving doing this, and I'm absolutely loving looking at the views, looking at the likes, and just seeing that people are liking the content that I am pushing out. It really, genuinely means a lot to me. In any case, if you don't do any of the things I have just suggested, that is up to you. It is your choice. Please, though, have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.